It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass on Fox 47. We are just 4 days from the start of high school football, less than a week from week 0 in the college ranks, and 12 nights till Michigan State's opener against Western Michigan. The Spartans had their second and final preseason football scrimmage yesterday. We'll take a long look at MSU's prospects before checking out the defending Big Ten champs from Ann Arbor, something we haven't been able to say for nearly 2 decades. After 2 weeks of hard knock shows, the Lions showed they could win a road game against a good team, even if most of the Colts' best players were held out, of preseason test number 2. The Tigers had a winning week that could have been even better if not for one of the most frustrating half innings in Major League Baseball history. Today, they beat the amazing Shohei Ohtani, and if you told anyone today's game would have been a shutout, the logical response would have been, how many runs did the Angels score? The answer is 0. We'll also take a look at a great back-to-school event with the Brotherhood Against Drugs today in Lansing, and preview the Allied Challenge in our final long drive golf segment on this show in 2022. Here to talk about all that and more is Team 464, Al Martin, sports director, WKAR Radio and Television, host of Current Sports, weekday afternoons at 1, and the #1 film actor among all the state's media. How you doing, Al?
Hey, what's up, Jack? And, I always respond anytime you have me on Press Pass and you have that intro. I always say the only film actor among the state's media, right? But I'm doing well, Jack. Also, on an acting note, tonight, the Game of Thrones spinoff, House of Dragons premiere. So I'm amped about that. But I'm doing very well, Jack. And it's always great to be on Press Pass, brother.
Well, we'll have that to talk about later tonight. And congratulations on your new representation deal. And we're all waiting for the release of Grand River.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. Again, we just got 2 more scenes to shoot. Just 2 more that we can get it in the editing bay and then get it to folks before this year ends. So I'm looking forward to it, Jack.
We are also joined by Stephen Brooks, MSU football and basketball beat writer for 24/7 Sports Spartan Tailgate Premium site. He is a Wednesday fixture on The Drive with Jack, and a guy who hates baseball as much as Al loves the Dallas Cowboys. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm doing well, Jack. I'll admit, not as good on camera as Al, but happy to be here nonetheless. I think we got a good show planned for folks.
Absolutely. We will be back in just a couple of minutes, and we're going to be talking a lot of college football, starting with Michigan State, up next here on Press Pass.
Got an old car, wrecked car, or a junk car? We pay cash for these cars. Trucks, vans, and SUVs, whether they are running or not. Towing is available. Call us today for a quote or click to submit a quote online. Put some cash in your pocket.
You need a roof. We need your house. American Metal Roofs is currently looking for high visibility homes that we can feature in our ads. If your home qualifies, you'll earn a deep discount. Call 844 Metal Roofs today.
AmericanMetalRoofs.com. Whether your insurance need is for business, farm, and agriculture, or protecting your home and auto, experience the benefit of a local agent who cares about you with the David Chapman Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit davidchapmanagency.com.
Make the change to MSU Federal Credit Union. MSU FCU focuses on our members and the community, offering free checking, free financial education, and low loan rates. Stop by a branch or check us out online.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos. With 107 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you, as they have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. For a new or used vehicle, go green, go Graf.
It's a beautiful day for football.
FBI, huh? I didn't even tell you I was mic'd up.
15 rounds. Here we go. Get a boost. Get a boost.
Nothing changes, right?
Yes, sir.
Put your foot in the ground. Play fast. Play physical. Let's go. Have a great day.
Just switch your feet. Outside foot. See? Drive.
You guys know what to do. You know what to do. I know you know what to do. Now you got to know you know what to do. So you play with great confidence, right? All right, let's get after it.
Yeah. Got to keep him on top, but yeah, got to. Yeah, but he got the ball out. he did. He got some natural skills, coach.
They stay in this coverage right here. Trace, this should be 6. This should be 6. This should be 6. This should be 6. This should be. Oh! Hey, not bad. More.
Stay with Josh. Stay with Josh. Stay with Josh. Out of bounds. Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Oh, man. I like it. I like it. I like that. Playing hard, baby. I like that. Playing hard. Yes, sir.
Keon! You can't extend the ball, right? Yes, sir. Cannot extend the ball. There's only 4 times when we extend it, right?
There you see a couple of Spartan greats and NFL veterans. Harlan Barnett, he is the safeties coach at Michigan State, and Courtney Hawkins, he deals with the wide receivers. Stephen, Harlan and Courtney, they might not trash talk at each other all day the way Lions assistants Deuce Staley and Aaron Glenn do, but they're pretty intense. How important is it to Mel Tucker's recruiting mission that almost every assistant on his staff is someone you'd walk miles to play for?
It's critically important. I mean, that's how you get talent in the door now. I mean, that's the most important thing. I think the most important element in a recruitment is the relationship that the player has with the coaching staff. So no doubt. I mean, you got to be able to relate to these guys. You got to be able to capture their minds and their curiosity and their interest and all of that. So no doubt, and that's that goes both ways. There's a natural sort of bond there. When you know the coach you're playing for cares about you, you're going to go that extra mile and vice versa. Right. So absolutely, it's critical. The relationship is the first word out of almost every recruit's mouth when they make a decision.
Stephen, I want to take a look at last season's MSU defensive starters. How many of those regulars are returning, and who takes over at the other spots?
Well, let's see. I got counting them up. You lose Beasley, Crouch, Panashuk. Let me see here. So everybody else on that list that we're looking at here is back, and there's in terms of filling those spots. Jacoby Windman comes in as a transfer linebacker. He's a guy I think that's somebody to watch. Ben Van Sumeren, I've heard, is at a very good camp at linebacker. Defensive end, those losses, they lost their top 3 guys there. So Chris Vogel, another transfer, comes in. I think he's going to have a lot to say about that position. Jeff Petrowski on the other side, I think, is going to slide right into one of those spots. And those, defensive end specifically is a position where I'm very curious about, with the addition of Brandon Jordan as a pass rush specialist on staff, what can he do to get, more juice out of those guys and just collectively how much of a pass rush can maybe help the back end, as we saw last year with some of their struggles.
Yeah, we were not at the scrimmage yesterday, guys, but I heard nothing but great things about the pass rush. What that says about the pass protection, we'll have to wait and see. Al, only a handful of teams can match the Spartans' 6 seasons with 11 or more wins, from 11 to 13, in the last dozen years. Why is that? And why could we win so many lunch bets with that stat?
Well, because it's just so difficult to do, Jack. Especially when you look at Michigan State football being in the Big Ten East, which is such a juggernaut. You have Ohio State, where you have Michigan, you have Penn State. I mean, these teams just beat up on each other so much. That's why it's just so difficult. And, I almost think you could, if you do that in the Big Ten East, I almost feel like you should get like a cookie or something, because it's just so tough to do, you know?
Al, looking at MSU's challenges this season, which games do the Spartans lose? And are you surprised that a team ranked in the mid-teens in both major polls is only projected to win 7.5 games in Las Vegas?
Well, that last question first, I'm not surprised, because I think that, a lot of people nationally are looking at Michigan State and saying, okay, let's see if this third year is a fluke or not, right? Because first season they win 2 games, then they had this amazing double-digit win season last year. Can they prove that it wasn't just a hoax here? So, and then when it comes to, here's Jack Ebling, put me on the spot yet again, right? He always does it, folks. I am going to say this. I'm going to say 10-2, and I think the losses are going to come against on October 8th at home against Ohio State, and then October 29th at Michigan. I know, right?
10-2, same record as a year ago. A lot of fans would be surprised by that. We'll be right back. Look at Michigan next.
When you take a look inside Dart Bank, you'll find a banking experience like no other. You'll find that each of our banking offices are made of local people making local decisions. Even through these challenging times, our teams and lobbies stayed open, ready to help you through all your banking and mortgage needs when you needed us most. So if you're looking to upgrade where you bank, we invite you to come see our Dart difference. After all, we've been doing this for over 94 years. Dart Bank, for what matters most.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards, because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else: peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you a free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemus.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Watch Fox 47's Neighborhood News at 9 weeknights on 47+.
Here at Howe Equipment, we specialize in selling used ATV side-by-sides and zero-turn mowers.
You can feel safe buying from Howe Equipment knowing that each machine has been inspected and serviced by a technician, and everything's sold with a 30-day warranty.
If you are selling to Howe Equipment, it's as easy as sending us some pictures, talking over the phone, and we come right to your doorstep and pay you cash. We're located on Lansing Avenue in Jackson, Michigan, but we travel anywhere in Michigan, Indiana, or Ohio.
Tool or toy, we have it.
Discover BetMGM Casino and leap into a world filled with all your favorite casino games. Plus, more exclusive ones you can't find anywhere else. The biggest progressive jackpots that keep growing. And earn BetMGM rewards that turn points into perks. BetMGM Casino. Start your adventure today and get 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus $25 on the house.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and safely transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs.
Let's get it, baby. Bring your pets tonight. Here we go. Blue on three. 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Eyes open, heart clean, and my mind focused. This just keeps going how I wrote it. How the hell could you doubt us? I mean, back then it made sense, but it's like, now what? Now they down to come round just to be round us. You ain't one of my dogs, why do you hound us?
There you go.
It's very few of you I like, but it's a whole lot of y'all I don't trust.
You saw all the green energy in East Lansing, and there is a lot of blue power in Ann Arbor, ready to try to defend a Big Ten championship and make another run at the college football playoff. Al Martin, do the Wolverines look ready to repeat as conference champs? And if so, would you like to present that news to the players and coaches at Ohio State?
Well, first off, I want to say this. This is probably the first time in Press Pass history that we've actually had rapper Jack Harlow's track played during a broadcast. So that's history number one. Number two, I don't think they're going to repeat, Jack. I just think that, Ohio State is out for blood this upcoming year. Don't get me wrong. I think that Michigan is returning a lot of talent on both sides of the football, specifically offensively. But this whole Cade McNamara and J.J. McCarthy, I'm going to call it like it is, drama. Because, look, we're less than a month away from the start of the season, and we still don't know who's going to be the number one guy. I understand they got a cupcake non-conference schedule, but you want to know who is the guy. I think that's becoming a big distraction. I do not think Michigan is going to win the Big Ten this year. I'm going with Ohio State. So, yeah, I guess I would like to tell Ohio State that, right? They'll be happy about
that. Stephen, let's take a look at last season's rushing stats in the Big Ten. Other than in Kenneth Walker's 5 TD, 197-yard day, and in Georgia's pounding of U of M in the college football playoff, it was the Wolverines, not the Spartans, who won most of their games on the ground, despite Michigan State having Kenneth Walker III, the Doak Walker Award winner.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was a big part of what they wanted to do, and that's going to be a big part of what they'll be again, I think, this year. As Al said, they bring a lot of guys back. Specifically to me, it's the offensive line with all the personnel they brought back there. And then they went out to the transfer portal and added a veteran center from Virginia to sort of shore up that spot there. And they lost a good one in Vastardis a year ago. Quorum's back. I mean, that blueprint of that they have with that run game is going to keep you in, going to win you a lot of games, but keep you in almost every game, no doubt. So that's where they're strong again this year. And I think they got a lot coming back.
That Michigan offense should be just as good, and some people think even a notch better than last year. Al, let's do the same thing for last year's passing statistics. Despite outpacing the Spartans 406 to 196, that's a 210-yard edge on October 30th. They were outscored 23-3 down the stretch in their only regular season defeat. And overall, MSU actually threw the ball better than Michigan.
Isn't that incredible? That's why when you talk about these two rivals going at it, Jack, you can just throw out statistics and records, just throw it completely in the trash, right? And that's the thing, Michigan is so talented offensively when it comes to that receiving core, names like Ronnie Bell, Cornelius Johnson, Roman Wilson, Eric All, those guys are very, very talented. But again, when it comes down to it, number one, you got to take care of the football. They didn't do that quite well last season against Michigan State. And it did help that Michigan State had a Heisman Trophy candidate running back in Kenneth Walker. So going to be very interesting come October 29th out in Ann Arbor, Jack.
You mentioned a lot of Michigan receivers, and you said number one. Well, number one, Andrell Anthony, only caught 2 touchdown passes last year. And when you can wear that number one, that we saw with Anthony Carter and Braylon Edwards, they don't just give that out on a whim. Stephen, glancing at U of M's schedule, which again is softer than a baby's bottom, which games do you see them losing this year? And what % chance do you give them of hoisting the trophy again from Kevin Warren in Lucas Oil Stadium?
Yeah, I think I give them to. I'll start with the second part. I'd say maybe a 30% chance. 33. Okay. I guess we'll just go with third to make the math easy there. I agree with Al. I think Ohio State's going to come back. With see in red this year and reclaim that trophy. So I think Ohio State beats Michigan on the last weekend of the year there. I don't know if as I sit here today, if I see another one on that schedule, to be honest with you. I mean, at Iowa is tricky. Obviously, Michigan State's always going to be a street fight. So, but I do think they beat Michigan State this year. So I guess give me 11-1 at this point with a winner take all showdown with the Buckeyes at the end of the year.
I think Michigan might wish that it played a couple of tougher tests when it gets to Columbus, and also if it's in the bid for a college football at large playoff berth. We'll be right back.
For over 40 years, Jets has been making the best Detroit-style pizza on the planet. Celebrate our 44th anniversary with hot deals all month long. Jets, better because it has to be.
The city of Lansing has fun activities for all ages. Swimming, fitness and wellness classes, basketball camp, concerts, kids camp. To enjoy these activities and many more, visit lansingmi.gov/parks.
The odds of the universe forming, your parents meeting and birthing you is basically zero. So what is life but chance, and every moment a bet? Like hearing your alarm, betting if the milk is still milk, betting on the durability of grocery bags, and betting when politics will come up at dinner. Yes, every moment in life is a bet. But when it comes to the NFL, bet on America's #1 sportsbook, FanDuel, and make every moment more.
Lego Masters is roaring back.
He's okay.
September 21st on Fox.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. Peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemus.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
When you take a look inside Dart Bank, you'll find a banking experience like no other. You'll find that each of our banking offices are made of local people making local decisions. Even through these challenging times, our teams and lobbies stayed open, ready to help you through all your banking and mortgage needs when you needed us most. So if you're looking to upgrade where you bank, we invite you to come see our Dart difference. After all, we've been doing this for over 94 years. Dart Bank, for what matters most.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank, for what matters most. Gentlemen, I am stunned to see a CBS promo like that when there's still a season of SEC football ahead and all that holds with potential national champions. But they're all in, and I guess when you're part of an $8 billion package, you want to start promoting that as soon as possible. Al, can you believe $8 billion for 7 years? That's more than anyone in Hollywood makes.
That is very true, Jack. I think an actor that maybe come close to that, and no, not really close to that probably, but Tom Cruise is probably the only one I can think of, right? But it speaks to two things, Jack. Number one, the incredibly increasing popularity of college football. And then number two, from a consumer-based standpoint here, how we want that kind of access at the very touch of our fingertips, right? Yeah. It's in demand now more than ever, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think about, it's been a long time since we've heard that familiar theme associated with the Big Ten. You've got to go back to the late 80s. Stephen, let's take a look at the Big Ten's new broadcast partners beginning next year. How strange will it be to never see the Big Ten on ABC or ESPN? And what impact will that have?
Yeah, very, very strange, I think. I mean, it's muscle memory, it's habit for people. Everybody knows what channel or whatever it is. And you wake up on Saturday, you put on ESPN, at least I know for a lot of folks, and you get the game day lead in to your full slate there. So yeah, it's going to be different. Although I do think, it's going to be a quick adjustment too. I also think, to be honest, so much has been made about this media deal. And how long after you turn on the TV, do you stop paying attention to what channel you're on? You just want to watch the game, right? Like that's what you're there for. By 5 minutes into the game, you're not going to realize or care, what channel you're on, as long as you're watching the game you want to watch. So in terms of just relevance and everything, I mean, ESPN used to be that place where they sort of set the agenda, for sports nationally. I don't think that's the case as much anymore, just because of the current digital environment. There's so much more out there. It's not just ESPN sort of dictating the message.
I don't think it will matter at all for football. We have seen the SEC do just fine without being all over ESPN. But for basketball, a lot of people are saying that could hurt the visibility in terms of recruiting, because ESPN is such a go-to spot for college hoops. Al, as we take a peek back to 2021 and the Big Ten standings, how will this year be different? Can you give me your top 3 teams in each division?
Yeah, well, looking at the West there, I think that Wisconsin reclaims the throne there. I'm going to go at number 2, Minnesota, and I'll throw in Iowa. So change up the order there. And then in the East, again, as I stated earlier in the show, I don't think that Michigan's repeating as Big Ten champs. Ohio State retakes that throne. Michigan, I think, comes in second place, because I think that Michigan will beat Michigan State this year. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that. My goodness. But yeah, Ohio State, Michigan, and Michigan State are my top 3 in the East, Jack.
Michigan is due for a win in that series. It'd be just the 5th time in the last 15 years. I have Minnesota winning the West. Stephen, did you decide yet what you think
of the West?
Yeah.
I think I've sort of warmed up to Iowa a little bit. And Wisconsin's obviously really good too. And I'm got an eye on Minnesota, no doubt.
All right, Stephen, as we check out this year's AP preseason top 25, where did the voters, of which I am one, for the final time in 5 decades, get it wrong?
I think Michigan, actually, I was surprised they made it to 8th. I thought they'd be higher, more like the 5, 6, type of spot. So you guys messed that one up, and Michigan State maybe a spot or 2, lower than I thought they'd be.
We'll be back to talk Lions and Tigers up next on Press Pass.
When you take a look inside Dart Bank, you'll find a banking experience like no other. You'll find that each of our banking offices are made of local people making local decisions. Even through these challenging times, our teams and lobbies stayed open, ready to help you through all your banking and mortgage needs when you needed us most. So if you're looking to upgrade where you bank, we invite you to come see our Dart difference. After all, we've been doing this for over 94 years. Dart Bank, for what matters most.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. Peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokimist.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Check out Things to Do with Tiana Jenkins at fox47news.com.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. Peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokimist.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Welcome back to Press Pass on Fox 47. It's time for our one and only segment, brought to you by One North Kitchen and Bar on West Saginaw. Voted Lansing's best new restaurant and best sports bar, One North is the one place I take guests for amazing scratch cooking, craft cocktails, and more than 40 TVs to watch every game on every channel. That's One North Kitchen and Bar, where friends and family gather to make good times great.
Defense stood their ground. They gave up a big play at the end, but they didn't give up. Still one more chance, and they got to stop on the 2-point conversion and win the game. I just thought it was excellent.
Can you just expand a little bit on that? Getting winning, right? This is the first one. What is it about learning to win now? Some people say it doesn't matter. 120 straight. How important is it to sort of establish that?
It's important. It's very important. And especially with a young team and just, where we've been, where we're coming from, and, where we began to go at the end of the season, man, it's got to be part of our DNA. It's got to become part of who we are. And we have to embrace every moment and treat it like it's your last moment. And because if you don't and you just kind of accept it, then you'll just be average or above average, and that's not good enough in this league. So that's a step in the right direction. I thought we got better these 2 days, and I thought we got better today. So this has been a good week for us.
For just the 4th time in 19 post-game press conferences, Dan Campbell could talk about a winning effort. Al, are you buying what Dan Campbell is selling? It sure looks like the HBO Hard Knocks audience is happy with it.
I am definitely buying what Dan Campbell is selling. I was on the fence, I must say, Jack, before I watched Hard Knocks. We're 2 episodes in, right? I was just wondering how genuine it was, right? The biting the kneecaps and him talking about his morning coffee routine. Is this really genuine? I mean, you see it on Hard Knocks, though. You see why the players love to play for him, because he is a passionate dude who instills inspirational words into you, and he's doing up downs with the players. I love it, and hearing the players talk about how they love playing for him, I'm definitely buying what he's selling right now, Jack. I'm excited to see what they do this upcoming year, and I haven't said that, I don't think, ever on this show. So, yeah.
Stephen, I feel like this is a Moneyball disclaimer. It's only the preseason. You won't see a lot of these guys when the games really count, but doesn't matter at all that the Lions learn how to win, especially in a close game on the road against a division favorite.
Oh, of course.
Make any difference?
Of course. I mean, especially when you were talking about the Detroit Lions, who master new ways to trip over themselves and fall down the stairs every single week. seemingly, you know, for the duration of my lifetime. Yes, it's important. The Michigan State fans watching this, just look at last year and sort of the resolve and the culture that team had and how they were able to win all those close games, some of those late comebacks, fourth quarter rallies, things like that. If you don't think that sort of that mindset permeating your locker room and everything matters, then I don't know what to tell you. Because the opposite's also true. You know, when you're used to losing, in the first little sign of anything bad can feel like those walls are closing in on you, and you sort of expect to lose, either consciously or subconsciously. It works both ways there. So no doubt, it's about setting a really, really important expectation and belief in that organization.
Al, there's no overtime in preseason play, so Colts coach Frank Reich had to go for the win, and the Lions made a play after they had a 20-play drive for the go-ahead score. Does that matter?
You know, you talked about how it's just preseason, Jack, and I understand that. And I was actually gonna say no, it doesn't matter. But you know what? Steven just made a good point. When you're used to losing, like the Lions are, and you'll take any win and take that to the bank, right? And harbor that. So I think it does, from a confidence standpoint, just getting any kind of win, even though it's preseason. I think that does something in the locker room for this team, Jack. I don't know. Call me crazy.
Al, switching to a different breed of cat, the Tigers had a rare winning week. Can you believe that what we saw yesterday with the Lions and Tigers each winning by 1 on the same day? That had never, ever happened before. And we're going back to 1930 with the Tigers and the Portsmouth Spartans.
1930. Wow. I mean, we're talking about the horse and buggy days. That's incredible, Jack. No, but I must say this. To getting rid of Al Avila, that was the right move. That's the first move of many moves, hopefully, to get this team on the right track. And then I got to give a shout out to Riley Green. This dude is going to be really good. That first pitch homer that he had over Shohei Ohtani was amazing. He makes a great defensive play where he breaks his sunglasses. I'm excited about Riley Green. I must say that. So anything positive with the Tigers, you'll take that as well, Jack.
Steven, I know you weren't watching the Tigers Wednesday. That's a guarantee. But
1930 was the peak of baseball fandom, I think.
6th run, bottom of the 8th, Detroit blew a 4-2 lead despite striking out 4 Cleveland batters. That's hard to do, including Andres Gimenez twice. It's the first time any hitter in Major League Baseball history has ever been his team's 2nd and 4th whiff in 1 inning. Amazing stuff, but the Tigers continue to astound us. We'll be right back. We're going to take a look at something big at Francis Park today.
GoldenNuggetCasino.com is excited to introduce Golden Nugget Megaways. Earn the VIP free spins bonus, big multipliers, and over 117,000 ways to win. Sign up now, and we'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 plus 200 free spins. Only at GoldenNuggetCasino.com.
So here's the deal. It's much easier than you think to turn in your GM lease to Shaheen Chevrolet.
In fact, we'll cut you a check for $2,000 when you turn in your GM lease to us.
We'll arrange an end-of-lease inspection, process your lease return fees, and help you through the final steps of your return.
That's right, $2,000 for your lease turn-in, whether you buy a vehicle from us or not.
Relax
and enjoy the Shaheen difference.
GoldenNuggetCasino.com delivers the best online slot experience with the Golden Nugget Stepper. Play online to get bonus free spins, multiplier wilds, and more. Sign up now, and we'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 plus 200 free spins. Only at GoldenNuggetCasino.com.
Don't miss an all-new MasterChef, Wednesday on Fox.
When you take a look inside Dart Bank, you'll find a banking experience like no other. You'll find that each of our banking offices are made of local people making local decisions. Even through these challenging times, our teams and lobbies stayed open, ready to help you through all your banking and mortgage needs when you needed us most. So if you're looking to upgrade where you bank, we invite you to come see our Dart difference. After all, we've been doing this for over 94 years. Dart Bank, for what matters most.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as a side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Lansing's Best segment, brought to you by the Greater Lansing Sports Authority. Bring thousands of athletes and teams to Mid-Michigan for dozens of tournaments and special events. Hats off to everyone at the GLSA for showing just what this area can be. When people ask me, why are you still here in Mid-Michigan? I can't get rid of you. One of the reasons is the giving spirit, and so proud to be a part of this community and what Greater Lansing does to look out for each other, knowing life is a team sport. Today, we got another example of that with a Brotherhood Against Drugs and a great event at Francis Park, the Back to School Tribute, and we want to welcome in Larry Johnson, and if that is a familiar name, it should be, not just because he is brother of Urban, but for all the things he has been involved in Mid-Michigan. Larry, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jack.
Want to talk a little bit about the event that was put together today. Sounds like it was a great event. How did you come up with this idea, and how'd you pull this off?
Oh, wow. It was nothing but the grace of God, but we were sitting around talking at one of our meetings, and, it just came to me that, you know what, we haven't been able to do something at this magnitude in 3 years where we can bring the community together. And not only bring them together, but we wanted to give everything to be free. And so we were able to put this event together to give out free hot dogs, free hamburgers, backpacks, Domino's Pizza. We even had a House of Soul shoe truck come out that gave them free shoes. We did a cake walk. So we had all these different activities there today, and it was great. But also we wanted to honor Jackson, Dr. Joan Jackson Johnson, Triple J. And so we did that from 10 to 12. And you're talking about an awesome event. Everybody turned out to be able to say some nice things about her. And so we had a great time. We had a great time.
How many young people did you have at this event? There were haircuts, you're teaching people how to cook, lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, well, we haven't did the cooking part yet, but it's coming. It's coming, the cooking part. But we had 7 barbers out there that donated their time to cut these young men's hair. And I'm telling you, man, it was just beautiful. To be able to do that, they wanted to give back, and so we was able to give back that way. But also we had volunteers from all types of organizations that came in, and they were a part of this thing, and the backpacks went fast. We were able not only to give them backpacks, but we gave them Detroit Pistons basketballs, water bottles. We gave them Lakers headbands, backpacks. We gave them Dodger helmets and gloves, Michigan State T-shirts. And so, man, it was just a blessing, man. What a great event. What a great event.
Larry, the weather forecast was not good, but you told me that the big guy, and you didn't mean your brother, had guaranteed you it was going to be a great day. Indeed it was. How confident were you of that?
Oh, my goodness, man. When when I talked to the big guy, when I talked to God a few days ago, and also I made calls to all the prayer warriors. So I had everybody praying for good weather.
Oh, that's great. That is absolutely great. I am so proud of you and of this community for pulling this off. I'm sure there are a lot of very appreciative kids. Thanks to the Brotherhood Against Drugs for this tremendous event. We'll be right back talking golf up next.
Welcome to BetMGM Live Dealer. All your favorite casino games, blackjack, poker, roulette, craps, and more. All on your phone, desktop, or tablet 24/7. Play with friends or make new ones at the tables. Double down, Dave. Chat with players and live dealers like you're at the casino.
Give me a 10. Yes!
Now you're betting with the king of Live Dealer.
Get a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 when you use bonus code LiveDeal.
Hey, glad I caught you. Did you know fishing supports Michigan's economy and fishing licenses help pay to take care of Michigan's natural resources?
No, I didn't.
Like beautiful nature parks where you can go on a day trip with the kids, get out the house, get some sun, dip your toes in the water.
Ooh, now you're talking.
It's official. More people than ever appreciate fishing because fishing is great for Michigan.
Watch Good Neighbors with Bob Hoffman Friday only on Fox 47 News at 10.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Michigan weather can be unpredictable. Stay in the know with Fox 47 forecasts, available 24/7 on our mobile app.
Welcome back to Press Pass on Fox 47. It's time for The Long Drive, brought to you by MI Golf Journal, your one-stop online shop for all things golf in the state of Michigan. It's a winning foursome of the latest news, course reviews, features, and great profiles. You can read at no charge each month, just as I do. Go to migolfjournal.com and sign up with an email. The best deal in sports. We've had a lot of fun this summer talking about golf in the state of Michigan on Sunday nights. And I'd like to welcome two gentlemen who are going to do just that. Tom Lang, he is Mr. MI Golf Journal, dedicated to everything golf in the state of Michigan. And Tom Sprouse, he is Director of Communications for the Allied Challenge. Tom Lang, you want to properly introduce someone who might be a little bit busy this week?
Yeah, there's a big tournament in Grand Blanc at Warwick Hills, famously, or made famous by the Buick Open being there for 50-some years. And now a lot of those same players are coming back. Tom, do you want to give us a heads up on who the fans can see in the field?
Absolutely, Tom. And Jack, thanks for having me. Yeah. We were fortunate enough to have our final field kind of solidified for us over the last couple of days. And we have 8 of the top 10 players in the Schwab Cup right now, and 5 past winners of that Buick Open that you referenced, Tom. And maybe one of the hottest players in golf right now that just won today at the Dick's Sporting Goods Open. It's Patrick Carrington, and he'll be here playing for the first time, as well as Steve Stricker, a name that people may recognize, will be playing in the field for the first time as well. So great field, and really looking forward to these guys coming out and competing at Warwick Hills.
Tom, what's the allure for golf fans in the state of Michigan this week, and what does it mean when they can see guys like Harrington, Stricker, how about Jim Furyk? He's a fan favorite. John Daly, Ernie Els, Bernard Longer, a lot of familiar names.
Yeah, and Tom, you mentioned it very well. The synergy between the Buick Open being here for so many years, and the Ally Challenge now being here as a PGA Tour Champions event, and the fans getting to come back and see those players that they grew to love through those days with the Buick Open. And we have such great golf fans in this community in southeastern Michigan and in the whole state. And they really know and love their golf, and they come out and support it, and they do a great job doing it. And we can't wait to have them out here this week and rooting on all those players that you just mentioned.
Even more so, gentlemen, than the Rocket Mortgage Classic. I think a lot of our viewers relate to the names you mentioned. Tom Lang, you're at every big golf event in this state. What do you want to know that you don't know now?
Well, actually, I know a lot about this event, which is cool. Jack Nicklaus is going to come back for a special event that's going to involve a couple of adaptive golfers, and Charlie Bell from Michigan State Lore and Joanne Howard from University of Michigan. They're going to play a special event late Saturday afternoon. There's going to be a big concert that night with, is it Kane Brown, I think, Mr. Sprouse? Going to be performing. Performing for everybody. I just love the whole atmosphere of Champions Tour events. They're more relaxed. It's a 54-hole tournament instead of 72, less of a grind, more entertaining for your average fan, I think.
There's another tour that has 54-hole events, but we won't go into that. Tom, defending champ Joe Durant will be back at Warwick Hills. So will some guy named Nicholas. Can you tell us a little bit about Jack's return visit and what's in store Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, Tom touched on it. And we're very excited to have one of our marquee events, the Celebrity Shootout, back for the fifth and also that 5th annual community concert that you mentioned. But having Jack Nicklaus back, golf's greatest champion, to kind of be the marquee name within that group, is super exciting to us. And I know fans love seeing Jack come out here. And he will, I tell you what's very interesting is that that the other celebrities in the groups are also in awe of Jack. They love being around him, and they're super excited. I think they're as excited as the fans to be around Jack that day.
It's going to be great for all golf fans in this state. Tom Lang, I want to thank you for what we have done all spring and summer on the Drive with Jack. We have one more Tuesday afternoon session, and we'll be talking a lot about the Allied Challenge. Might even have a player on with us from the course. And also want to thank you for what we have put together on Sunday nights.
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, obviously my magazine and your show have had a really good synergy going this summer. I love providing stories to the readers, ranging from a high school boy who was captain of his high school golf team, but he had autism. Wrote a story about a retired cancer researcher who has played every golf course in the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
Love covering the resorts that we've looked at this week or this summer on the weekends, like Treetops and Boyne, and it's just been a lot of fun.
The rescue of all those trophies at Oakland Hills, that was a great piece too. Tom, thanks so much for joining us. Our weekly awards up next.
Current temperature and time, sponsored by Cure Auto Insurance.
Hi, I'm Pat with the Holton Diamondale Insurance Agency. My family has served this local community for over 60 years. We built strong relationships on trust and value. We're also proud partners with Automotive Insurance. We'd like to connect with you. Call your hometown team today.
Nobody in the industry is doing this. Nobody.
I'm waiting to wake up. I've never heard of a dealer offering what Ryan just told us.
The fact that they're just going to give us time and a half on the warranty pay is huge.
You can make a lot of money. You don't have to be college educated to be a mechanic. I started as an oil change technician. LaFontaine paid for all my training.
LaFontaine is the best place to work. I've spent over 30 years with them, and I think this is the greatest opportunity in the world.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Dan.
Here at Howe Equipment, we sell brand new Toro mowers.
We found that Toro stands the test of time.
We're Jackson's newest Toro dealer, so come down and see us at Lansing Ave.
Tool or toy, we have it.
Compassion works here. Unfriendly does not. If you're made of the right stuff, consider a career at the Michigan Department of Corrections. We offer great pay and benefits, paid training, and we have immediate openings for corrections officers, healthcare professionals, food service workers, and more. To find openings in your area, go to michigan.gov/MDOC-jobs. We're MDOC, good jobs for good people.
Welcome back to Press Pass on Fox 47. It's time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by 5 great Culver's locations in mid-Michigan: Okemos North and South, North Lansing, West Lansing, and DeWitt. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. Swing through any Culver's drive-thru and grab your fresh favorites. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious.
Obstacle can stand in the way of determination.
Time of day. Here we go. Here we go.
Veronica Alvarez has dealt with challenges her whole career. None of them have slowed her down.
I've never been somebody to let that affect me. I think back and I try to think about, the little girl, little Veronica, and she knew that we were gonna make it. Baby, let's go!
After retiring, coaching was her why, her way to show women belong in baseball.
We bring something new to the table, and we could contribute just as much as any man. Hot here, let's get some runs.
In 2019, she began coaching the USA women's team. The same year, she joined the Oakland A's organization.
I mean, it's incredible to wear a professional uniform. In spring training, we all get to wear the green and yellow and wear the A's logos. Atta boy!
This week, she is filling in as the manager for the Lugnuts.
Thanks to Thomas Cook, new sports director at Fox 47. For that report, and congratulations, Veronica, on an unforgettable weekend, blazing a trail again here in mid-Michigan. All right, Team 464, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion? Al Martin, let's start with you and our play of the week.
Oh, you already know where I'm going, Jack. Anytime I'm on here, I want to show some love to the fight game, right? And last night, one of the most shocking results in UFC history, Leon Edwards shocking the MMA world. A head kick in the final round of a fight in which he was losing handily, Jack, knocks out Kamaru Usman to win the UFC welterweight title in the main event of UFC 278. My mind blew when that moment happened. It came in the 4-minute and 4-second moment of the fifth round, making it the 4th latest finish in a UFC title fight. Emotional moment. He was crying on the phone with his mom afterwards. Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Al, if you could have a UFC match between mid-Michigan media members, who would you like to see in the cage?
Oh, I love all you guys. Come on. I can't. I'm not fighting Steven. Come on, man. I can't fight any of you guys. I love you all. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, Jack.
All right, Steven, what do you have for our team of the week?
Got a bonus for you. I got 14 of them, actually. It's every Big Ten school, at least for now, in the conference that's about to get a lot richer with this media rights deal that was announced this week. 7 years, $8 billion with a B, 1.1 billion payout roughly each year, and then you divide that up by 14 at this point, and obviously that's set to grow. So major move by the conference to sort of, stake out a place in the future and line everybody's pockets in the process.
Very good. All right, for our player of the week, I want to salute 2-year-old Zoe Blake Ebling in Beijing, the birthday girl. And she is a delight. We talk to her every day. We've never held her yet, but that will change when she gets over to the United States. Can't wait for that one, babe. We want to thank our panel tonight, Al Martin of WKR and Stephen Brooks from Spartan Tailgate. See you next week.